In this video, we'll take a look at the content images, which are unfortunately a bit too big to fit these content areas, but that's not going to be a problem at all with CSS. So for any of you who've had to batch process client image files so that they exactly match the dimensions, never more will you have to do that. This is what makes the client able to upload any picture they want and have it magically fit in your layout. You will be magical. They will love you for this. Let's go to the Dreamweaver code. In the source code, let me find my first image. I'm just going to Command F to bring up the Find and Replace dialog and just look for IMG and find the next one. Okay, so here it says a comment cat corner pic here. Okay, so what are those pictures again? Well, here's a note about the file structure. So there is a distinction between styling images that you're using for your site and content imagery. And usually I would say the header logo kind of image fits in the category of styles, but because of the reasons you've seen in previous videos, we're not doing that here. We have put it in the styles because that's what its function is, but it ends up being an actual IMG tag. So, but these are all styling stuff. Stuff that's actual content that actually is in the article is in the assets folder. And it doesn't have to be named assets, it doesn't have to be named styles, but usually there is some distinction when you're organizing your files between this kind of imagery and the kind that you're using in your styles. In WordPress, it will actually be in two completely different folder structures in the WordPress install. The uploaded content will go into one place, and then the images that you're using for your theme styling will go in a completely different place. So here's catincorner.jpg. That's what I want for this one. Let's make that happen here. And it's in the assets folder, so I'll say assets, catincorner.jpg. And while I'm going, I'm just going to do them all because I know they all need to be done. So this one says cat on couch. Okay, so what's it called? Cat couch. Assets, cat couch. .jpg, was it JPG? Yes, they're all JPEGs. And then cat basket is the third one. There it is. Assets, cat basket, .jpg. Okay, let's see what that looks like now. So this is, so imagine that you were in WordPress here or something, and the client has just uploaded some new cat pictures to their article, and now they're going to view it in your website. And it's so ugly. They're flopping outside the boundaries of their image location. So this is very bad. How do we fix this? Well, let's take a look at the surrounding area. What is this thing? I'm going to look at it in Chrome because I'm not very familiar with this code. What's the thing that has a board on it? It's a figure. Okay, and it looks like I do have some rules for it in style.css. If I look over here, the figures inside the content area are set to 200 pixels of width. If they weren't, they'd be really big. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at 200 pixels because I like that effect. But I need to control the actual IMG tag in there. Well, let's go write a rule for that. It would be good to keep this same format, maybe pound content space a figure and then IMG might be a good solution here. Let's see what we've got in the styles. Okay, here's where I do the figure. Okay, I'm doing some fig caption. I'm doing some alternate floating depending on whether it's an odd or even one. So somewhere in here, say maybe right here, I'm going to make a separate rule for this. Content figure is a tag. That's a HTML5 tag. And IMG, of course, is an old HTML tag that we know and love. And here's what I say. In English, I would say, no matter how big you want to get, you can't get any bigger than your container. In CSS, I would say, max width 100%. That is all I have to do. We know that the parent, well, in order for this to work, we have to have some kind of width set on the parent container, because otherwise it'll just be as big as it wants to be. But in this case, the width is set to 200. Now I just say, your max width 100% of your container. That's the maximum amount you can go. Here we go. Refresh. Beautiful. Look at that. They just fit inside beautifully and perfectly. And the height is proportional to the width, so you don't have to set the height at all. So that is the magical, wonderful way to make your client's pictures fit into the area you want to fit them into, max dash width. In this case, if the image were much smaller than 200 pixels, there would be a gap here because it would already fit. So you can decide what to do about that. In this case, it's probably unlikely that the user will ever upload, or the client will ever upload something that's smaller than this area. But it could be centered. You can figure out what you would like to do in that case.